Hello and welcome to Cinebuck Presents, where I give my $2 instead of my 2 cents. The first Independence Day film from 1996 was certainly a blockbuster hit, and while I can't say it's an absolutely perfect film, it does have a charisma to it that makes it a rather enjoyable popcorn flick. What with it having Will Smith, cool-looking aliens, and very impressive visual effects for its time. Sadly, I wish I could say the same thing for its sequel. Even after 20 years in the making, we've gone from blockbuster to lackluster. So, what's the story? It takes place 20 years after the last alien invasion, and nations from all over the world are able to use the leftover technology from the remains of the alien forces they defeated, thus now being able to defend themselves from future invasions. We also learned that one of the alien ships from the last invasion had sent out a distress signal before it was destroyed. This encourages a whole new army of aliens to arrive on our planet. Bigger, smarter, and more brutal in force than the last invaders. Not to mention having a giant monstrous alien that kind of serves as the queen bee, and all the other aliens serve under her every command. So now it's up to the American president, teams of scientists, and brave fighter pilots to stop her and save the world before it could end. When making a film sequel bigger in scale than the first one, bigger doesn't necessarily mean better. Much like 2012, another one of director Roland Emmerich's projects, it lacks the grit and dramatic tension that worked so well in the first one. And part of that is the fact is that much of the visual effects are just done with computers, not really incorporating any practical effects along with them. We're now at the age when most visual effects nowadays are just done with computers, and we can pretty much tell when it's all just done with computers. And don't get me wrong, the visual effects in this film are good. They just don't have the same dramatic impact as the ones from the first one. It doesn't even have the same amusement value to some of the corniness that it brings. There is one bit where one of the characters stands before the alien race and urinates in front of them and also flips the bird. I thought that was kind of funny. The problem is there just aren't enough corny moments like that throughout the picture to make it enjoyable. Now, about the plot. Even though it's not exactly the same as the first one, it seems to retread enough familiar moments from the first one to say that it doesn't even try to one-up itself in originality. What would have been perhaps nice was to have Will Smith return to give the sequel an extra boost. Yet, in retrospect, with him having actually backed out of the project, is actually kind of a smart move, where his character probably would have been one too many to focus on in this already messy and convoluted storyline. So, in conclusion, this is one Independence Day not exactly worth remembering. And so, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this film a 5.5. This is Renton Whitetail having given his $2 and signing off. See you next time, and have a happy 4th of July, everybody.